Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a favorites video in like months, and by months I mean I think it was 2022 the last time I did a favorites video. I previously used to do favorites videos every like 2 or 3 months because I did not want my favorites videos to be just like products I picked out every month for the sake of having a video go live every month. I wanted to have favorites videos where every single product was tried and tested for months and months, and they were true, actual Holy Grail favorites, so that years later I could look back on my favorites videos and still stand behind every product. And I'm happy to say, at this point, that is true. I have a whole favorites playlist, and every single one of those favorites I still stand behind to this day. So when I realized I hadn't done a favorites video over the whole year yet, I thought it would be the perfect time to do kind of like a we're halfway through the year favorites video. So I've got a good mix here. I'm gonna do like half of this video, maybe a little less than half is gonna be like body care, random things around the house, that kind of stuff, and then the last half is going to be all makeup. So I will have timestamps down below if you want to go ahead and skip and jump around. Before we jump in, if you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed and you hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever a new video goes live every week-ish. So I'm going to start with the non-makeup things, and then if you guys want only makeup, you can skip to that part of the video, or you can wait until the makeup part starts. Okay, let's start with something that is like totally not beauty related at all, but Manta Sleep reached out and they wanted to send me one of their sleep masks in PR. I've been absolutely thrilled with this mask. Now, I do think there is a very specific kind of person that will enjoy a mask like this, especially at the price point, and it's pretty pricey. So this is the Sleep Mask Pro, I believe, or the Sound Mask Pro. So it is basically it's a headband where it's Velcro, and I'm not gonna put it on because I don't want to mess up my makeup, but I can put it on my head. You do it and you Velcro around, and these little blue buttons on the side are not microphones, they are headphones. So they're sleep headphones that you can wear, and they're just super duper comfy. Now, for years before I even tried these, I had been using a different pair of sleep headphones from Amazon. I'll throw that picture up like right here. But those headphones, they worked pretty well. The speakers were a little too thick, so they did irritate my ears, but they were the best sleep headphones I'd found at the time. They were only about 15 bucks. So while they were cheap, they tend to break down after a few months. So they're almost kind of like disposable headphones. Like, you know those cheapy, like, gummy headphones you could buy at, like, your local bookstore or something? It was kind of like those, but for sleep headphones. So I have literally gone through, like, a couple of those headphones. And then Manta Mask reached out and they wanted to send me this in PR, and I have been loving this. Seriously, I do think the person who is going to enjoy this mask is someone who is already wearing headphones to bed every single night, who wants to elevate that experience. If I had not worn sleep phones for the last like 5 years, actually longer than 5 years, wow. Yeah, like 7 years. I have worn sleep headphones for like 7 or 8 years. So this is an elevation of that. It helps a lot. It sounds better. It's better on my ears. They don't feel as irritated with the headphones because they're a lot thinner. Like, these are super duper thin. And what I love about these is that this whole thing Velcros off. So like, this is all the electronics and everything, and it's all contained in here. And then I can wash this. Like, in the Delicates bag. They actually gave you a Delicates bag in the package of this, but this is so nice. I also took off these little eye pucks, but they Velcro on in the middle. So if you want to put these on so that when you do sleep with them on, they'll totally block out light. I find that this blocks out enough light kind of on its own already. I did it inside out. I feel like this blocks out enough light on its own already. I don't really need to have the extra cups on there, but what I did see on their website is that they sell versions of these cups that you can put in the freezer. And I suffer from migraines, and it would be amazing if I could get like the ice cold cups to put on for a migraine. Because typically what I do when I have a migraine is I have a separate ice pack, and then I put on my sleep phones and I get into bed. So if I could just like combine those together, that'd be great for my migraine days. So overall, I really, really like these. I kind of want to go and buy another pair just to test them out and see how they are. And I definitely want to buy those migraine cups to put on the inside. But since they are pricey, they're like $140-ish. So far, I've had these for a few months. They hold up really well. I have not seen any degradation in the product, in the speakers or anything, but they're pricey. So like I said, the only person who I think would really enjoy this is if you've already been using a different kind of sleep headphone for years and you're ready to kind of go to the next level so that you're not constantly buying, you know, the same cheap ones over and over again. All right, next I have nails. I just want to talk about like my favorite nail combination for like the last year. Because previously, I think last year, I went out and was starting to get my nails done at a local salon, which was nice. It was a nice treat every now and then, but honestly, it was kind of a bit of a hassle. walking all the way to the salon, waiting. It would take hours to get my nails done. And on a day when I just want my nails to look nice, it seemed like a bit extra, right? I'm not saying I'm never going to a salon again, because I definitely want to go get pedicures more often. But like just for like a manicure, it was a bit much. So what I've found, my favorite like hearty nails are, because like I still cook every day, I do dishes, I clean, my hands are constantly getting wet. So I needed nails that weren't going to split, weren't going to break, and weren't going to fall off constantly. So the best ones that I've found are the Dashing Diva Magic Press nails. And these come with like glue on them, but I use another glue with them. And that's what gets them to stick for like 2 weeks straight, which is great. So the Magic Press ones, I use the short ones because they are still a decent length on my fingers, but they're short enough that they won't pop off, you know? I mean, it's nice to have long nails every now and then, but like for everyday wear, the short ones are where it's at. So I love these nails, and then I use them with the Glamnetic nail glue. This is the best nail glue that I have found, and I love it because it has a brush-on applicator like a nail polish. It's the best. It's super strong, it applies super easily, it doesn't make a mess, it dries clear. So these two together have been the winning combo. And if you've seen my nails in the last few months, it's all just been those press-ons. All right, let's do fragrance before we get into body care. And I just want to say how much I love Dossier. They have sent me PR in the past, and I've also purchased from them in the past. I've purchased from them for myself, and I've also purchased gifts for my friends and family. They're like really, really good fragrances, and they're great because they're not as strong as the original scents. Like the ones where they have that they're dupes for other products, they're more like a body spray kind of version of that dupe, which is great for me because like I mentioned earlier, I'm prone to migraines, and I've noticed this summer my migraines have been really bad. And I've not been able to wear, like I have back here my actual, like the rest of my perfuming collection. I got a couple of Dossier products up here too, but like my full strength perfumes I've not been able to wear because they've been triggering migraines left and right. So for something like this, like if I want to wear Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume, but I don't want a migraine, this is what I go for. I'm gonna put some on. It smells great. It smells like literally exactly like the Juliet Has a Gun perfume. This is Musky Musk, by the way. And it's just amazing. I like that I can also keep these in my bathroom because I can go through them pretty fast. Like, I don't go through them as fast as a body spray, but they definitely go quicker than a traditional, like, perfume, right? So I love this. This is what I've been using the most recently, Musky Musk, just because I've not been able to use any of my full-strength perfumes. But this one's been a new favorite. They sent this to me in PR. This is Musky Gaiac, and this is quickly a new favorite. I've just noticed I love musky scents. I don't know what it is about it, but like it's been like my favorite like note for fragrances. Oh, but this one just smells like a fancy campground. I don't know what particularly it is because the top notes are incense, the middle notes Gaiac wood and cedar wood, and the bottom note is musk. So yeah, I'm getting like that woody kind of feeling from this. But this one was surprising. I kind of didn't expect a whole lot out of it. And they sent it along because I said I love kind of musky scents, and I'm shocked that I like this. I don't like it as much as Musky Musk. It's still my favorite, but this one comes in a close second. I love the Dossier perfumes. I've also noticed that they have been coming out with more original scents. So they still have their entire dupe line. The dupe line is great. I love it. But they're coming out with original scents, and I'm super curious because I think it's like a cocktail collection. So I am super curious to see how those are. I don't know if they're going to send me PR, but if not, I'm going to pick them up myself because I think they sound amazing, and I'm super excited to try them out. All right, let's jump into body care. So this one, I mentioned earlier about pedicures. I haven't gone to get a pedicure in... It's been over a year at this point, and I noticed that I've been getting some calluses on my feet, and the rubbing and the pumice stone have not been enough to get them. So what I just did for the first time a little while ago was this kind of mask, a feet peeling mask. So this one in particular I found on Amazon. I will link it down below. But I was looking through reviews, and the only mask on Amazon that had amazing reviews that actually worked was this one. And I used it a few weeks ago, and my feet completely peeled. It was kind of gross. It happened over the course of a week, but they completely peeled, and my feet, like all the calluses are gone. My feet feel buttery smooth. So this is now like a routine part of my life. Every few months I'm going to do this because it feels like I got a pedicure, but I didn't have to go to a salon, right? It doesn't paint my nails for me, but it does everything else. Next, I have a favorite face wash. Now, I've used this face wash on and off for like literally the last 10 years. Oh my God. Yeah, 2011. Wow, over 10 years. So I really enjoy this face wash. This is just the Origins Checks and Balances Frothy Face Wash. It's like a pepperminty face wash, which is especially nice in the summer. A lot of these products are because the summer is miserable and they make me feel an ounce of serotonin. when everything is hot and I'm clearly ready for spooky season. But this feels so nice on my skin. And you know, sometimes you have like those peppermint products where after a while, they no longer feel fresh enough anymore. I never get that with this. It always feels nice on my skin, which is such like a nice treat, everyday luxury I can give myself, right? Especially because this is at Ulta. So you can buy these at Ulta. I picked like 2 of them up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty because they were half off. So I got 2 for the price of 1. So I stocked up, and this lasts a long time. How many ounces of product? It's a 5 fluid ounces of product. And you only need like a pea size amount whenever you wash your face because it's so frothy. It lasts forever. And I also love this packaging because you can cut it open and get everything out. I love these like tube kind of packaging. So 10 out of 10 face wash. It's been one of my favorites. And I'm finally at the point now where either I'm going to stock up when it's on sale or I'm justified in spending the money. It's like 20 something bucks for this, but it's so nice. I really enjoy it. So this I have the mini of because I didn't want to grab the full size one out of my shower, but this is the KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub from First Aid Beauty. This was also like an expensive body scrub, but I get these spots on my knees in particular that are just really dark, rough, dry skin. And no matter what I did, nothing ever got them until I did this. So when I started regularly using this body scrub, those rough patches went away completely. And this also feels really nice on the rest of my skin. And it's because it's got that exfoliant in it, that 10% AHA. I think that's what helps. But it's also a really good physical exfoliant as well. So it is pricey. I found you can get this at Ulta if you want to use your points or save up more points that way. You can also get it on Amazon. I've been getting it on Amazon because Amazon has better shipping. Ulta has trash shipping. But I think I'm going to buy this from Ulta from now on, either in kits or just using points because Ulta has the best reward system, but the worst shipping. There's pros and cons. All right, last but not least, for body care. The day this came back, the day this product came back and I got the email about it, I literally screamed. I was working from home. I got the email. I looked down and I went, ah! And then I immediately went and bought like 5 of them because Lush brought back my Karma Cream. So this was my favorite lotion from Lush, and then Lush discontinued it and I was so upset. I was so upset. I'm gonna take my ring off. We're gonna put on some right now because I love this lotion. So I bought literally a bunch of them. This smells so good. It's literally my favorite lotion scent of all time. It's just orange and patchouli. But you know how hard it is to find a dupe for this lotion? It doesn't exist. I tried. I spent months trying to find a dupe for this. It doesn't exist. So I'm so happy they brought it back. They brought back all of their Karma products. I wish they would bring back my Brazen Tunny face masks, except that's the other product that they discontinued that I really, really miss. But I'm happy that they brought back Karma Cream. Karma Cream. I was literally so happy. And like this, just having this on like at my work desk and just being able to put it on throughout the day, it instantly boosts my mood. I don't know what it is about this particular scent or this particular lotion that just makes me so happy. And I'm so happy they brought it back. I actually forgot I was wearing lipstick because I really only wear lipstick for filming now until I drank my Diet Coke. How am I supposed to be goth in these conditions? It is makeup time. Well, actually not really because I have one makeup tool first. So I haven't mentioned this in a little, kind of trying to figure out where I'm going to show you on the screen. This is my favorite makeup sponge, and it's the $1 makeup sponge from Shop Miss A. You literally can't get any better than this. Unfortunately, every now and then, because they're so cheap, sometimes you'll notice that you'll get like a manufacturer's error one. I would say out of every like 20 of these I buy, which is a lot, one of them would be like a dud. Like it's way too hard, it doesn't get squishy enough, it's weird. But the rest of them are amazing. So I literally own like 25 of these, which seems like a lot. But I use one every time I use my makeup, and then I put it in a drawer so that I can wash it. Because I'm trying to get really good at washing my tools before I use them way too often, and I just mix bacteria up on my face. I'm trying to get really good at that. And I've gotten really good at that for my face brushes, and I'm trying to make sure I'm doing that with sponges, because this I think has probably the most bacteria out of anything. But these are so good. I just buy a bunch of them. I keep them. They wash really, really well. They last a long time for being only $1. I will never spend money on any other sponge other than this ever again. And I think, like, if you go back on my favorites videos, I've been saying this about this sponge for like probably 4 years now. It's because it's true. Let's go in the order in which I would normally apply the makeup products to my face. So first off, we have the e.l.f. Poreless Punny Liquid Primer. This is a great primer. I did a whole video comparing this to the Tatcha version it was duping. If you missed it, I'll throw it up in the cards. But e.l.f. has done it again. They've duped a higher end version of a product so well that I'll never buy the higher end version again. And that's amazing. It's great. I love this. I love everything about this. If you want to hear my full thoughts, check out that video because I don't want to be too repetitive here, but I absolutely love this primer. Probably one of the top products of the year so far. Now coming in a hot second for product of the year, I think, because a lot of these products I've noticed are actually like older products, so not a lot of them came out this year, but this one did, and it has just transformed my life. That's a little exaggerated. No, but is it really? The Kindness Vegan Dinner Good Apple Serum Foundation. This is amazing. I love this foundation. I'm so happy with everything about this foundation, except for like the pictures of the shades online. It is really hard to shade match yourself using this online. And also I typed in my MAC shade and it gave me this one, and that's not my MAC shade. So it is hard to match yourself online, but I love the packaging. I love the formula. This looks beautiful, satin. It's skin-like. It blends into my skin. It just, it looks, I just can't wax poetic about this foundation enough, and I just cannot wait till I actually can get it in my shade, because I mixed together these two shades. I have shade 8 and 18. I mix them together, so I've got to be somewhere in between those two shades in the line, but I'm going to use these up completely before I go and I buy one and actually go into the store and get shade matched so that I know what shade I am. And I have a feeling that once I get shade matched and I have my actual shade in this foundation, that's probably going to be the only foundation I'll wear for a while, because this is just so good. Medium coverage, you can build it up, it looks like skin, it feels great on my skin. It just, where has this been? I like it. I even love the packaging. Look how pretty. Like, that's what I want. This is what I want from Kindness Vegan Dinner, you know? More of this, please. Next foundation is an oldie but a goodie, and I've been rediscovering it again as I've been bringing it out and wearing it more often. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I feel like this could probably be like the drugstore dupe of the Good Apple Serum Foundation. They're very similar in that way. I would say this one's probably a little bit more liquidy, but like they do perform very similarly. Medium buildable coverage, it looks and feels like skin. Actually, and I'm just realizing this now off the top of my brain hole, but I think I would stand behind that. I think they are dupes. So if you want the effect of the Good Apple Serum Foundation, but you don't want to spend that higher price tag, go for the Catrice. It's great. My only complaint now is that shade 002 is getting to be too dark for me. I know, I'm pale. So I need to see if they have shades lighter than 002. I hope so. If not, I'll have to start mixing this. But I will, because I love this formula that much. All right, next I actually have a color corrector that kind of surprised me, because I picked this up on a whim to try it out. I don't like the packaging, and I'll complain about that in a little bit, but I have the Smashbox and Becca Fair Light Under Eye Brightening Corrector. So this is originally a Becca product. It is one of their best sellers that now that Becca is gone, they're releasing it under Smashbox. So I like it. It's just a salmon color corrector, but it sits really good on my under eyes. It doesn't dry out my under eyes. It covers up my dark circles. Concealer applies well on top of it. It's a really good product. I hate this packaging because, let me zoom you in. Do you see those like chips on the side of the packaging? That's like, I haven't thrown this around. That's just like the packaging rubbing off, and I haven't done anything to it. So it's cheapy packaging. They clearly cheaped out on the packaging here. I almost would have preferred if they just didn't try that hard and they just gave me a white cap, because it probably would have been better. So that's the only complaint so far. I'm close to just scrubbing it all off because it looks really, really cheapy. But hey, yeah, like look, I can like literally scrape it off with my finger. So I might do that if I get really annoyed about this, but love the product. I just don't like that they clearly cheaped out on the packaging. Next, this is a concealer that was new to me this year. I don't believe it came out this year, but this is from Armani. And this is the, what is the name of this? And this is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. Now, I have a bone to pick with their shade range because shade 3.75 is their lightest shade, which is actually like my under eye shade, but it's not shade 1. I don't know why brands do that. I wish they would think ahead and just do better, but they don't. But I love this. It's like, it's a rosy undertone, which I was steering away from for under eye concealer, but it ended up working really well at canceling out my dark circles. So now I'm like, should I go for more rosy toned concealers? But this is just so nice on my under eyes. Again, like, it kind of eliminates the need for a color corrector underneath, so I kind of skip a step there, but it looks really nice. This looks nice both when it's powdered and when I leave it like unset. I'm shocked that I like this much, because I don't think I've ever really liked an Armani product this much, so surprise. Next, we have my all-time, like literally holy grail favorite. This has been in favorites videos ever since I started this channel and started using makeup. Dermacol Makeup Cover. Shade 208 is what I'm using right now for concealer, and that's actually the shade I'm wearing right now on my under eyes for my concealer. I love this. I will never not be with this again. It's great. I think I panned one of these. It took me years to use up the whole tube. Yeah, it's great. All right, next I got a couple of random brow products that have just really impressed me this year. Number one, I have the Kosas Air Brow, and I'm actually really sad. I think it finally dried out, and now I need to like buy another one, but I'm going to buy another one because this is great. It's in the shade black, and it's actually a black. Like, I'm wearing it in my brows today. I hate it when companies do brow products, but they don't come out with a true black. They come out with like a really, really, really dark brown, and it's super warm. I don't want a warm brown. I want a cool, dark black for my brows, and that's what I get with this. It's actually really nice. I love the packaging. I love the size of the spoolie here. It's like literally the perfect size for my brows. I love everything about this. And this was one of the first tinted brow gels that I liked on its own. Like, I would just go through my brows with this and then go in with a clear brow gel and be done with it. Because for a lot of the brow gels that I've tried, either the color was off, or the spoolie was too big, or something was off with it that I had to go in with another brow product on top of it to like fix it in some way. This is the first one where I liked it on its own. And speaking of clear brow product, I love the Got To Be Brow Gel. This is just so good. It's literally just their hair gel in a container with a spoolie. And I think more brands need to be that creative because, yeah, it works. This is a new one, so I have to open it up. I've gone through like 4 of these so far. It is a big spoolie, but honestly, for a clear brow gel, that's fine. I love this thing. I'm surprised that it took them so long to kind of come out with this, because also it's like edge control and you can also use it for your brows. But this is so good. Like, I love that crunchy brow effect too, because my brows are very coarse and unruly, so this keeps them in check. I'm gonna do a quick lipstick reapply. I'm using the Sephora Lip Stories in the shade 44. All right, next we have a couple of blushes. So first, I think this is probably the newest product on this list. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Blush. And I have this on here, even though it's new to me, because this impressed me so much right out the gate. I thought this was gonna be way too dark for me at first, but it went on beautifully with a sponge and blended out. And when I put this on, it looked like like the most natural flush I've ever gotten from a liquid or cream blush before. Like, my jaw was on the floor. I was shocked at how much I liked this. So I definitely want to buy like the rest of the products in like the rest of the shades in this, because this was sent to me in PR from e.l.f. and Influenster, but I love it. So I want to buy the rest of the shades, because this was like, I think one of the like biggest surprises of the year so far. I was not expecting that much from this, and then it looked too dark for me and I was a little worried, but then it blended out beautifully. So again, I think e.l.f. has just been doing like really good things lately. All right, next I have the Fenty Cream blushes, and specifically I have the shade Fuego Flush because I've had that for years. And can I open it with my nails? Yes, I can. It's dirty. It's got pan in the middle, but I love this blush. It's really, really pretty. It's a bright orange and it just blends out really, really nicely and looks great on my skin. And I'm kind of cheating by including like 2 new shades here because I've barely had these shades. I just bought them a few like a week or 2 ago, but these shades, man, they're beautiful. And I've had the original formula for years, and I've tried this one a few times, and I love the shade. Like, I want this cream blush in every shade, basically. This is the one I have not tried yet, and I kind of feel bad mentioning it, but I'm not going to mention this one specifically as a favorite because I have not put it on my face yet, but I love the color. And just because I'm paranoid about how formulas work, because not every shade is going to be great, but these 2 are the ones I'm officially listing as my favorites because they are gorgeous and they wear amazing, and I just love a good peachy, orangey blush. So this is Fuego Flesh, and then this one is Peach Face. Speaking of Peach Face, we actually have the perfect segue into the one eyeshadow palette that is on my favorites list. And that is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This palette has such a special place in my heart. I accidentally hit pan in like 3 shades in here. I love this palette to bits, and I just found out Too Faced discontinued this. I thought this was still available. I was ready to rebuy this. Like, I knew in the back of my head that I was going to rebuy this at some point. But I thought I had more time, okay? They discontinued it. Hello guys, Editing Monica is jumping in here because this is the section of the video where I talked about how I found the palette available for sale on QVC and I bought it. But if you missed my community tab post, I actually had a horrific experience with QVC. The palette came damaged and I talked to customer service and I wanted to return it just for an exchange, like do an exchange. They did not refund me my total amount of money. They took like $5 and they never shipped me a new palette. So I would highly not recommend QVC. I was actually able to find 2 of the palettes available on Poshmark and I bought them there. So if you're interested in the palette, I would highly recommend checking out Mercari, Poshmark instead and not going to QVC. I love this and I'm so sad. I don't know why brands must discontinue everything we love, but man. So this is one, and outside of my Pan That palette, which is the Jaclyn Cosmetics, no, not Jaclyn Cosmetics, is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette. Outside of that palette, this is the one I've been reaching for the most. And I've had this for years. I love the quality, I love the shades, I love everything about this palette. Whew, and there we have it. Those are all of my favorites from the first half of 2023. Let me know what your favorite product has been down below, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.